just had my double, um, my blood draw for the blood drive, and they took double. They did double platelets, and I'm feeling the effects for the past couple of hours. So bear with me for a second. I do have a couple of announcements, and then we will get going. If you have any questions, tonight is strictly going to be questions only. I did miss Sunday and Monday, but I rescheduled Monday for tonight. So if you have any questions about Ketonix Quail, and I can try to help you, feel free to comment, and I will be happy to help as best as I can. I did put QuailCon tickets on the website this week. It feels like years ago, but it was just a week ago. So they are available. Check that out. There's a video attached to the description as well as a written form. It's going to be a good time. It's September 3rd and 4th. We already have 23 states coming, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. We can have a dinner. We're going to have a 2-day event. We've got some amazing speakers. And on Sunday, this coming up Sunday, we'll actually spend some time and talk about that. But make sure that you check that out, QuailCon 2022. I'm pretty excited about it. September 3rd and 4th here at Myshire Farm, but we'll have a lot of great speakers and a lot of people that have already bought tickets. I mean, I can't wait to meet them as well. So I'm really excited about all of that. I did just post a video yesterday, maybe. I think it was yesterday. And it was just a little road trip thing. It wasn't anything special, but Chris Carnes was in that. I stopped by and visited with him for just a little bit. We did a couple of videos. He posted the first video yesterday. Or today, I'm sorry. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you have not seen it, check out the YouTube channel Slightly Rednecked. And he just posted it today. We kind of started off all funny, but I think that we made some really, really good points. So I'll be posting that on my channel down the road once I make some tweaks and adjustments to it. As you can see, driving all day kind of affect my brain. I was struggling there, but he carried me, so I appreciate it, Chris. I am out of so much stuff on the website, and I am sorry, but I have to get caught up. So I took just anything off that was going to be over a week. Once I get caught up, then I will put them back on the website, and I will announce when anything will be. I have not had a chance to go through all my numbers yet. I've had a lot of texts, phone calls, emails, and asking when, this will be on the website or this will be on the website. I have not gotten to it, and I don't think I'll get to it until this weekend. Unfortunately, there was... Unfortunately, George has had to leave for the week. He's leaving tonight, and he won't be back until, don't know when, Saturday, hopefully, maybe Friday. And so, before anybody says anything, hear everything I have to say first, okay? It is very, very important to me that everyone is taken care of and that customer service is a priority. It really is. Please, for the love of God, do not get me wrong, but I have to prioritize when I'm by myself. And priority is that quail barn. I need to make sure that everything's still running smoothly. I need to keep clean. I need to keep organized. I need to get orders out. I need. You know what I mean? So with him being gone, I'm going to really struggle getting my stuff that I usually get done. So I do have about 47 text messages and 88 emails and like 14 voicemails. I'm not getting to them tonight. I am exhausted. I do not feel well. I feel okay. It's just this dizzy and blurred vision, all that jazz. So I'm going to spend some time with my wife. I did not get to spend any time with her for Valentine's Day. So once this is over, I'm going to watch a movie with her, and I will get to the texts the emails and all that tomorrow. I promise. Now, that being said, I'm probably going to be a day or two behind all week because I just can't keep up. So please keep that in mind. I do care. I do want to get back with you, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. But I got to take care of the quail barn first. So I think that is all my rambling. Check out QuailCon. Thank you, Chris from Slightly Redneck, for hosting me and letting me stop by and hang out. And check that video out. I think you'll be... I think there's some stuff in there that's very valuable. I really do. Okay, let's get to questions, shall we? Tonight, the rest of the night, I won't be reading comments. I will only be reading any questions. If you have any questions about raising Ketonix quail, please put a couple question marks before or after, or exclamation points before or after, or something where it's easier for me to see, especially because my vision's not doing so great right now. Okay, here we go. And welcome everybody. Again, I'm only going to read the comments or the questions tonight because we are replacing our Monday. When I got back into town, I'm looking for a comment, I promise. When I got back into town, things were... We didn't get caught up as much as I want to, and we didn't get as much stuff done as I wanted to. So yesterday was just crazy, and then we got the bad news today that he's going to have to be gone for a few days. So bear with me. Dan Dresso says, can you use jumbo males with standard color quail? Yeah, you can, absolutely. The jumbo males with the standard color quail will actually increase the size of your colors. You got to be very diligent with it, but yeah, that's how you would do that. And yeah, they'd get along just fine. Doris says, I got my tickets, also looking forward to meeting everyone here. Absolutely, I'm very excited about it. Wow, I feel like I rambled on for a half hour. It's only been 7 minutes. All right, I tell you what. I'm just gonna read all the comments. I'll read all the comments. We'll go for about an hour, and then we'll be good to go. There was a death in the family, is what it was. I'm not trying to speak in code. It's just personal. So, but everything's okay here. I mean, if I made it sound like me and George are on the outs, we're not. We're very good. He felt awful about having to leave, and I said, I feel awful if you stayed, so you have to go. So he put in the hours today, worked a little bit extra, got some stuff done for me to help me get caught up, and then he'll be leaving tonight. And Friday, Saturday, Thursday, I don't know when he'll be back, but we'll take care of his animals and everything until he gets back. Let's see. Ed Got Bait and Verna Young is in the house. They are my moderators. They do a fantastic job on here and help me behind the scenes as well, so thank you very much. Fran Crow is in the house. Alan Floyd is in the house. Katie Bella Creations is in the house. Doris Morlock is in the house, and Alan Floyd from the Panhandle in Florida is in the house. Welcome, everybody. Jesse Mills is in the house. Dan Dresso is in the house, and Mandy. I just read that. Jesse Mills is in the house, and if you missed it, Jesse Mills is actually... I forgot when I announced the 18 under contest, and I do, yes, I've got paint on my hands. It won't come off. I actually used super glue, and then I painted, and that was a horrible, horrible decision, everyone. But that was a Valentine's Day gift. Remodel. But Jesse Mills is donating a Govee to the 18 and under contest winners. And I did not mention that when I announced it, and it was not with my notes, and I apologize, but I do really, really thank you, and I just wanted everybody to know that. Julie Smith is in the house. Caitlin and Julie, Smith family here, welcome. We're glad you're here. Steve Barry's in the house from Redding, California. Debbie at She Shed Homestead is in the house. I really love the name. Katrina's in the house from Gilroy, California. She's got a YouTube channel as well that she's growing. It is Sow and Tear on YouTube. Check that out. She does an aviary setting and some really different videos than what I would do, or Chris from Slightly Redneck, so you definitely want to check that out. Ed Got Bait says he's got his tickets to Quail Con, which is pretty exciting. Veronica's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I just answered that one. Bags of Love is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Doris says I got my tickets. Also looking forward to meet everyone here. Absolutely. I can't wait to actually sit down and actually talk to people this year. Last year, if you did not come, I was slammed. I mean, I couldn't talk to anybody, but I talked to everybody. I was doing tours and it was just nuts. And so this year, Saturday is just going to be relaxed. I'm just going to be walking around, sitting down, talking to everybody all day. It's going to be great. And Sunday, I'll be doing the same thing. And so I'm really excited about actually being able to talk to people. Spring is in the air. Do you notice sales going up in spring? Did $200 this weekend. Hope it keeps up, and I tell them all to check out Myshire Farm. That is awesome. Congratulations. $200 in a weekend is great. So that is awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, spring is right around the corner. It's still a little early, technically. Now, I am, like, if you check our website out, you could buy QuailCon tickets and some cartons and a pair of scissors if you'd like. No, we've got, a couple things on there. Not a lot. I mean, if you go down the list, there is a ton of stuff that is out of stock. So it definitely started early. Typically, the beginning of busy season for Ketonix quail is around mid to late February, and it goes through March, typically. This year's been a little bit different. I think that it has a lot to do with politics. I think it has a lot to do with the way things are going. I think it has to do with prices of everything. I think it has a lot to do with a lot of stuff. And I think a lot of people are getting involved. We're trying to become more self-sufficient. And I love it. And I want to help as many people as possible out there get involved and encourage them and educate them. And so I'm really excited about it. Doug is in the house. Novasad, I hope I said that correctly, says, really? But I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I heard that a nice pair of glasses helps with blurry vision. Just saying. Yeah, this is completely different. This is, I've been doing the double platelet thing with my donation, because I do it every 16 weeks. And yeah. And I guess I could take this off now. And this time went weird. I don't know what exactly happened. Usually there's no effect. It doesn't bother me at all. But this time when they were doing it, it took about 15 minutes longer than what it usually does, which I thought was weird. And then I started getting the chills and then blah, blah, blah. So I've been drinking a lot. I'm now drinking Mountain Dew, but I've had a lot of water. And my wife made a good meal for me. So I'm sure I'm just being a baby. I'm sure I'll be fine. Is there anything Brian and I can do to help? I think we've got everything covered. I might reach out to a few people later on, but here's my thing. I would love for people to help, but I really, really, really want everyone to come, enjoy themselves, and have a stress-free weekend. I think having a stress-free weekend is just as important as learning new skills and meeting people and all this and that and the other. I think it needs to be a learning event and a fun event, but it also needs to be a away event as well. So I'm really trying not to get that many people involved as far as volunteers and things like that. But that doesn't mean I might not call on you later. Katie Bella Creation says the video was good. Well, thank you very much. Katrina says that as well. Thank you. Tara is in the house. Order 25 variety. You sent 30. Thank you. All but 6 hatched. I like those numbers. I'll write that down because I will not remember that. Let's see. So 25, 6, 19. No, 30. Got it. I got it, everybody. Tara, if you're still on, could you let me know what kind you ordered, and I will write that down for my records as well. I did write your name down in case you're not here. I can look your order up. What is your strategy for inbreeding, or do you have do you have to completely avoid it? You don't have to completely avoid it. You need to take breaks in it. We're actually going to do a playlist on breeding program. We're not going to do it until after QuailCon because that's one of the topics that we'll actually be covering is a breeding program. So stay tuned for that. Seen the slightly redneck video, like the different perspectives. Can you do this when you get other speakers and breeders at QuailCon and a roundtable discussion for us? Yes, that is the plan. We were going to do it last year, and it did not work out, unfortunately. But this year, for sure, I've got some big things planned, but that is one of them for sure. We're going to be doing a couple different videos. We'll be doing a roundtable. We'll be doing a live a Q&A with all of us. We'll be doing different perspective video. I mean, I got a lot of stuff planned, so hang in there. Where are your glasses? I don't know. I don't know where they are. Dora says, question. Out of the 41 wilds that hatched, I had 14 that are all different colors. Is it possible you sent some pictures but never got my question answered? If you sent it today or maybe late last night, I have not gotten to it yet, so I'll have to take a look at it. I would assume it was a jumbo mix, is what it sounds like, is a jumbo mix. But if you text me, then I'll get with you sometime tomorrow, I promise. How long do I wait on, and what do I do with the 6 eggs that didn't hatch? Very good question. I would need a little bit more information. It depends on where you're at. So instead of you replying later on and waiting again for my answer, this is the best thing to do. If you are day 18, 19, or 20, and you've only got 6 left, most likely you're done. But just to be safe, increase your humidity by 7 to 10% and increase your temperature a half a degree and let it sit for 48 hours. If they can hatch, if they're fertilized or they developed, then they will hatch with that. If they're not, then they won't. But that would be a good rule of thumb, I guess you can look at. When factoring costs per bird besides feed, do you include utilities during rearing? If not, why? We do it both ways. Typically, yeah, we do it both ways, but we do it, we never did that when we were raising quail for self-sufficient use. We're only doing it now because of a business. Utilities are really not that much if you just have a few to raise for yourself at all. So it's really not that big of a deal. But if you have 6,500 and you've got, 17 brooders and you've got lights on 16 hours a day and you've got fans and you've got this, that, and the other, then it adds up. And yes, I need to know how much that is. But if you're just raising a few, then I wouldn't really worry about it at all. I do the feed and the, total setup cost and be done with it. Peg P says, Northern California's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Roland is in the house. Says, what is your opinion on a good feeder system? Just getting started. I've seen so many ways. I think there are a lot of good ways. Chris at Slightly Redneck has a pretty cool setup as far as the no waste feeder. I liked it. He's got a video on it. You can check that out on his YouTube channel. Ours are pretty much, if we're going to simplify it, it's pretty much a rabbit feeder, just larger. That's pretty much what it is. And that works for us. Now, there is going to be a lot more waste with that, but we sift that through and reuse it. So I also have no waste, but it takes an extra step, but I don't have to get inside the cage. So, you know, it really depends on what you want to do and what works best for you, where you're at, how many you're going to have, blah, blah, blah. So if you're going to have 5, 6, 7 cages, then you probably need something that's outside of the cage, right? If you have 1 or 2 cages, you could probably do one of those no waste feeders like Chris does and just open the cage, put it in there every day. Not a big deal. So it really depends on a lot of different factors. Now, there is no feeder that is no waste. I promise they will find a way. But his method wastes a lot less than what mine do. However, I reuse my feed through a sifter where he does not. It just goes straight to the ground. So I didn't answer that question, but it's really hard for me to answer that because I think everybody's different and everybody works differently. There is La Rochelle Farm. He's up in, I believe, Maryland or something like that, up north. And he loves the water nipples, the waters. I don't like them. I don't like the way they look. I don't trust them. And they might be great, but they're just not for me. But he swears by them. So it's just, there's so many different ways to raise Ketonix quail. I think you just need to decide, okay, I like that method. That one's okay, but I think this would work better for me, so on and so forth. And that's really the point of the video that we did the other day with me and Chris, was you just got to find your own way, and that's okay. We'll support you either way. It doesn't matter. It's not picking anybody or picking this or saying this. It's just, hey, this works best for me. Okay, great. This works best for me. Let's move on. You know what I mean? So hopefully that helped. Mr. Blairin 3131, I hope I said that correctly. When I removed the egg turner and set the Govee on the floor of incubator, I could not get Govee above 97 degrees. Would you adjust to get above at the 99.5? Hatch day was yesterday. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Okay. With all the incubators that we have done, we've always trusted the Govee, and the Govee has not lied to us yet. Now, I am sure eventually that Govee will lie to us. It's going to happen. But we've tested it. Well, we tested it, I don't know, close to 10 different times, 10 different hatches before I even recommended it. And then we've done, well, we still have one in our incubator, which we're hatching out weekly. And then we've done the Nurture Right, we've done the Farm Innovator. Nope, we haven't. Nurture Right, Little Giant, Humidator. So, I don't know, we've probably done it with the same one, probably 14, 15 times with the same Govee, and it's still reading right. We're checking it before we start the incubator every time. But eventually it's going to lie. But if it's new, then yeah, I would get that. I'd get that number up. Les Spray's in the house from Oklahoma. Welcome. Bethany Gray is in the house. My Nurture Right 361 only achieved temp range of 99 to 100.5. And when I set it to 101.5, is that okay? 99 to, what is an acceptable temp range for quail incubation? Well, the 99's okay. The 105 is still in the green zone if you want to look at it that way, but you're like right on the edge. What I would recommend, and I did not have this issue with the Nurture Right 360, but I only experimented with it once so far. We will be doing another one. But Bethany, what I would recommend is taking a towel or a blanket and covering it up, surrounding it, and insulating it a little bit better. And most likely that 99 to 100.5 will probably get more level and more consistent for you. And yes, you would still want to keep your Nurturite 360 at the 101.5 to get the 99 to 100.5, absolutely. But you make sure that you keep an eye on it, because once you insulate it, it could either go up or stabilize. And if it goes up, then you need to lower the 101.5. But either way, that should help you stabilize a temperature rather than it fluctuating so much, because that's not ideal, is the fluctuation. Condolences, George, absolutely. Thoughts and prayers for George and his family. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, Zach, ordered the Jumbo Mix collection back on February 30th. Any idea when it might ship? Thanks for all you do. I don't know. We're going to say 3 weeks from when you ordered. So that's 21, so 22, 3, 24. So somewhere around the 24th is what I'll say right now. I will have much better ideas later on this week. But with me being gone for a few days and things not getting done around here like they should have, and then George leaving, I'm just a little behind on figuring that out. But I'm going to say late February, but if you want to text me at the end of this week, beginning of next, I can give you a specific ETA. Juan Duran is in the house. Please send him my condolences. Definitely will be in my prayers. Thank you very much. Linda's in the house from California. LaRonda Torreson is in the house. Welcome. Thank you all for the prayers and the well wishes. Ed Got Bates says, Zach, very good video with you and Chris. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bags of Love said, just purchased 2 tickets and dinners. Can't wait till Quail Con. That is awesome. I can't wait to meet you. When you do come, and we haven't posted that one yet. We did a couple different videos with Chris and I while I was there, so it's hard for me to remember stuff. But when you do come, if your handle is like Bags of Love, please make sure that you let me know that that's who you are. I had 3 or 4 people that left QuailCon, introduced themselves, said, hi, my name is, and I was like, it was nice to meet you, I was friendly, and then they left, and then they got on their handle and said something. I was like, oh, I wish you would have made it, and they're like, we did, and I'm like, what? And I just, at the time, I had no idea. So make sure that you tell me your name and a handle if I'm not familiar with your actual name, like Bags of Love or Eagle Ridge or whatever. Chris and I actually laughed about that a little bit too, because on his next live after QuailCon, he's like, dude, I met so many people and I didn't even know I met them. And so we got to make sure we know who we're talking to this year. Katrina, thanks for the shout out. Not a problem. Mr. Jim 5280 says, howdy, Zach, watching from Texas. Welcome. Eagle Ridge is in the house from Eastern Washington in the house. Welcome. Juan says, any rough estimates on when orders for the eggs posted on the 11th will ship out, just so I can fire up the incubator. We will put a... Let me start over. We will send you an email with the tracking number the day before we ship, which will give you about 3 or 4 days to set everything up. But they went really fast, really fast. So it really depends on when you're in the queue. The queue, I don't know until later on this week. I gotta get all that organized. But I will be in there. I worked about 14 hours yesterday and got the normal stuff caught up. Today was a different day, but I have worked really, really hard. And then tomorrow I'm literally down there from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. at night in the barn. And the goal is, and I can't guarantee it, but the goal is I'm going to work my tail off tomorrow and the barn will be caught up. And then I can spend all day on Thursday doing my stuff, like figuring out when orders are going to go out, this, that, and the other. Hey, Zach, welcome back. We are on day 5 of our first incubation. That's awesome. Congratulations. And thank you very much. I will be back from here on out. So every Sunday, Monday, I am back here to help you on your journey with Ketonix Quail. We'll hang out. and have a good time. Is a 50% hatch rate on eggs given to me first time hatching? Is a 50% hatch rate for eggs given to me? Yeah. Yeah. I don't care if you're a first time hatcher or a veteran or you've been in it longer than I have, or yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll make sure that you get what you pay for. I'm thinking about adding California to your list. What's the nearest airport? We have California, but Dayton would be our nearest airport. And then Cincinnati would be the second closest. Real quick, these are the states that are already coming to QuailCon. And Katrina, I'd love for you to come. I'd love for you to come. But we've got New York, Ohio, Iowa, Wisconsin, Florida, Virginia, Kansas, Maryland, Georgia, Tennessee, Missouri, Louisiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Utah, Colorado, Pennsylvania, Arkansas, Michigan, California, Indiana, Illinois, and Texas. And I did not do orders today because I couldn't get anything out anyway. So we might have a couple extra. So I'm really excited about that. There is a Facebook group called QuailCon 2022. If you're on Facebook, join that. It's giving you all updates, which I'll also update you on here as well. But all of you guys can talk together and things like that. And Steve has a map that he's coloring, and I'm updating on the states. And so it's like a fun thing on there. So check that out. Don Ray B is in the house, says hi, welcome. She recorded her experience of getting live quail in the mail from us, and it was a great video, so check that out. And I believe, and Don, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe her YouTube handle is just Don Ray B. But it was a cool experience. I mean, the post office let us down a little bit, but they all arrived happy and healthy, and they looked great. I was very impressed, and it was cool seeing the other end of what I don't see. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble with chicks dying the day after hatch. Can you help? We can sure try. The first thing I would recommend is watching a video that I have. If you type into the YouTube search bar, why are my chicks dying by Myshire Farm? There's a video that'll pull up, and it's the top 5 reasons for chick death. I would check that out first. If that's not the case, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and text me. But again, this week, I'm not going to get back same day. It's going to be 24, 48, possibly 72 hours before I get back with you. Just because I got all kinds of stuff to take care of. Katie Bella Creation says, you were still recovering from COVID. I started feeling real good. I think that's over. I don't know what happened, but I never get marks. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. It's like she poked me like 8 times to get the vein. And I'm like, dude, I see my vein. Let me just do it myself. She did something to me today. Not going to convince me otherwise. They're laying on their side like they can't breathe. Usually that means it's a feed issue. It's usually what that means. If I had to guess, and I'd love for you to tell me if I'm right or wrong, are you grinding your feed? Because if you are, I would recommend you to stop right away. Let me know if you're grinding your feed. That would be the first thing. It's me, 1,500 eggs, horrible hatch rate, text to you, and you don't know what really meant. I haven't gotten to text yet, Doug. Sorry. But I'll get with you as soon as I possibly can. Hi, Zach. Got my eggs on Saturday. Set them pointing down 24 hours plus and put them in the incubator Monday night. That is awesome. Best of luck to you, and obviously keep me posted. Juan says, Zach, when will the next shipments order? I ordered February 4th. Well, I'm shipping every day this week to try to get some orders caught up. So I'm literally shipping every day. Cali Quail Keeper says, how many chicks do you put in each brooder? How many lights per? What's your wattage? And what are the dimensions? I don't know the dimensions off the top of my head. I recommend 6 chicks per square foot and 1 heat source per 100 chicks. And the wattage really depends on your setup. So we, when we were in a uninsulated barn in the winter, we used a 250 watt. And then during the summer and spring, we used a 125. Now we're in a controlled brooder room, so we only use the 125 watt. So it really depends on your setup there. How many? Oh, just read that one. Ordered 2 times, still not taken care of. A guarantee is a guarantee. Doug, as soon as I get to your text, I'll be happy to get you taken care of. In fact, I'm pretty sure I remember saying, text me. Oh, I think I said text me on Monday or Tuesday and I'll get you taken care of. Yeah, I just haven't gotten to the text yet, Doug. So yeah, I will make sure you're taken care of. Sorry about that, Zach. The variety choice, excellent. Thank you very much for still being here. Can't remember, or I can't believe I remembered what that was. Hi, Zach. We are new to this quailing. We appreciate all the good info that you provide. Keep up the good work, but get some rest. We are excited for our eggs, Ed and Jen here in Ohio. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. And I promise I am working a lot to get caught up and all that stuff. So I'll be actually shipping out orders depending on your location. I might have to skip your order for a few days because I'll actually be shipping Thursday, Friday this week. So I'll be shipping Thursday, Friday. Okay, real quick. I don't know if you care, but this might be interesting to some. Here we go. So what my schedule is I like to ship out eggs the same day they're laid, right? Okay. Well, I don't ship every day. I don't ship on Thursdays and Fridays. So how does that work? I don't ship on Sundays. So how does that work? Good question. Let me answer. So we have corporate accounts and balut orders that we get in every week. So I ship Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday goes to corporate orders or balutes. Saturday I ship, and then Sunday goes to corporate orders or balutes. And then I start all over again, just because they have to be shipped same day. Now, I've actually called and stopped all of them because I'm so far behind. So, and they're really cool about it. Like I just said, hey, I need a couple weeks to get caught up, and they said, okay, fine. So that's not a big deal at all. I'm safe with them, not a big deal. So I'll actually literally be shipping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then what I ship out on Monday could be Sunday laid. So for the next couple of weeks until I get caught up, they might be 2 days old, or well, 1 day old when we ship out. But I got to get caught up. So that's, I don't know why I told you all that. No one really cares, but that's how that works. So I will be shipping out orders every day for the next couple of weeks. Oh, that's why I said it. So Thursday and Fridays, I don't typically ship. Those are going to be local states. So that'll be like Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, surrounding areas that will get there pretty quick. But I won't be shipping to like Texas or California or Florida on Thursday or Friday. So I might have to skip you until that Saturday, if that makes sense. Double red is hard when you've been healthy. You probably would have benefited by delaying your donation a few weeks. You'll feel better next time if you allow yourself to recuperate. Yeah, I guess that might be what it was. Just because, you know, I'd had COVID and I wasn't feeling too well and I just went on this trip. So I would assume that I just kind of was lacking anyway. Yeah, I mean, I had talked to them. Because for the double red, you have to schedule an appointment, which they call you and they say, hey, can you give double red, whatever. And so I said, yeah, this is the third time I've done it. And yeah, I said, that's fine. I said, when? And they said, you know, February 15th. And I said, okay, well, that's like, I think it was 2 weeks. I said, I literally just tested for COVID. And they said, you'll be out of the 10-day zone. And I said, I mean, it's up to you. I don't know. I mean, you're the expert, so you just tell me what you want. And they're like, yeah, if you have symptoms, then call us the day of, but if you're feeling fine, then just come in, but you're past the 10 days. And I said, okay. So they called yesterday and said, how are you feeling with COVID? And I said, I'm fine. I just went on a 3-day trip and I feel fine. I think I'm just jet lagged from it. And they said, okay, come on in. And then they tested me and then blah, blah, blah. So that was that. But yeah, I'll be happy to not do that for the next 16 weeks. You can give blood every 8 weeks, and I really recommend everybody do it. But you can give blood every 8 weeks unless it's a double red, and then it is once every 16 weeks. At least that is what's here. I received, I'm sorry, eggs from you. One chick is super cool looking. How can I figure out what color it is? You can text me a picture of it. Hi Zach, can you share what material you use on your new cages to catch the manure? Also, can you share the dimensions if you have them? I watched the entire video, but I would like to know the dimensions. I don't know the dimensions. I don't know. Oh, I do know. I do know. It's 30. Yeah, it's 30 inches is the width. And it's either 8 or 10 feet. It's got to be 8. It's got to be 8 feet. For sure. I'll double check and I'll make sure I have the right numbers on Sunday for you. But I know for a fact it's 30 inches because I've cut a lot of wire. And I'm pretty sure it's 8 foot. Pretty sure. Little Ridge Farms in the house. Welcome. I feel like I'm rambling a lot tonight. I apologize, everybody. I haven't seen you guys for a week. Over. Aaron Strange is in the house. Question: my styrofoam incubator fluctuates between 98 and 102, and it turns on and off to maintain the temperature. Is it okay, or should I turn it down a bit? You want to turn it down a bit, and I would give you the same recommendation. The fluctuation's not great. 98's in the red zone. 102 is in the red zone by a lot. So definitely turn it down for sure, and then insulate it with. What I'd like, if I were you, I mean, you do you, but my recommendation is lower the temperature down and then insulate it with something very thick, like a quilt or a very thick blanket. And that should increase your temperature and hold it steady, and then you can lower that down and be somewhere around 99 to 100 is what I would recommend. Doris says, thank you. I will send you more pictures tomorrow. Here's a few colors. There's a few colors I couldn't find on you all about the color videos. I didn't order a mix so far. You identified Italians that were tucks. I'll have to, yeah, if you can text me. I really don't remember. It sounds like we've talked. I don't remember. Please text me and give me a couple days and I'll get with you. I did crack one egg while pressing it out of the foam packing, but I dried it in olive oil with a chicken egg and had an egg sandwich. No waste, no loss. It was yummy. There you go. That's awesome. I recently purchased a GQF 1502. Love them. I'd like to set eggs every 7 days, but was curious if I could incubate and lock down at the same time. And the GQF, we have done that before. I really don't recommend it. If you would purchase like an old, if you had an incubator prior to your GQF, like a Little Giant or a Humidity or something like that, use that as lockdown and that will give you much better results. I know a ton of people that like increase in time and they get a GQF and they still use their Humiditys or their Little Giants or their Farm Innovators as just lockdowns and they swear by it. And I think it's a great idea. If you don't have one, you can. It is going to affect it a little bit because if you increase your humidity for the lockdown, you're going to drown some of the eggs that are still growing. And if you don't raise the humidity, then a lot of the eggs in lockdown are not going to be able to hatch because the egg is not soft enough. So you can still do it. It's just going to affect your rates, if that makes sense. PJ's Family Farm says, hi all you beautiful quail people. I've been watching. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Hello, just got here. Did I miss anything interesting? I rambled a lot. Probably not. Glad you're here, though. Frank Kimball's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Jennifer Nelson says we have an idea for a shirt for you, Myshire. We're quailing. I like it. I like it. We're quailing. I like it. I do need to. Get our quail. I like it. I wrote it down. Thank you very much. Good idea. Good idea. Grace says, question about having Ketonix outside. I should just plan to arrange to have them inside during the times when it's above 100 outside or the air is full of smoke and ash from nearby fires, right? No. Well, the 100 degrees is not a big deal at all. The smoke and ash I'm not very familiar with. Like, I understand what you're saying. You know, I get it. I would feel like because it's outside, they should still be okay, but I've not been there with the fires. So if it is really, really bad, then yeah, you probably would want to bring them inside. But I would say you shouldn't have to. They're pretty resilient. Now, full disclosure, the smoke and the ash from the fire, you'll have to make that call. You're going to know better than me, to be honest. But the 100 degrees, no, leave them outside. They're fine. It's not a big deal at all. Zach, your donation of platelets could have been a problem or just recovering from COVID. Yeah, I'm sure it's a little mixture of both. Yeah, Doug, if you've texted me, then I will get with you sometime tomorrow. Susan says, when will you have jumbo white and jumbo eggs again? I missed the last one's offered. Thank you. I will work on that. I do not know yet. I'm going to say 3 weeks. I think it's going to be a little bit sooner than that, but I really don't know. I made the bad call of putting the wilds on the website on my way back, which means I could not manage them because I was driving. And that was a horrible, horrible decision. First of all, I didn't think about it when I said February 11th. And then when I did figure it out, I didn't feel comfortable changing the date when I had already told all these people, and I had mentioned it on here, that they would be back on the 11th. So I had to stick to it. With that being said, it just got way overwhelming, and I had 367 orders while I was gone. And it's manageable, but I wasn't here. So I've got to get that caught up. Plus, when the cat's away, the mice will play kind of thing. So I got to get that caught up. And then George is now not going to be here. So I got to get that. So give me a couple days and I will know as soon as I can. I mean, it is on my list. It stressed me out not knowing. So as soon as I know, I'll put it on the website as well as do a YouTube post or mention it on my next live. I promise. And I'm sorry that you missed it, and I will get them on there as soon as possible. The good news about all of that is I've got 400 going into the breeding program this week as soon as I get to it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Second is I've got 600 that we just moved out to the main barn. So that's, well, they were 5 weeks old. So that's 3 more weeks before I move them to the breeding program. So that's a lot. And we're hatching out 1,800 eggs Monday. And while I was gone, George put in 2,400 jumbo eggs. So hopefully I can get caught up real fast and stay caught up for the love of all that is holy. Prepper Survival Skill says, hi, I raised quail when I was a kid. I remember ordering the incubator and eggs out of the Field and Stream magazine, thinking about doing it again. That would be awesome. We'd love for you to do that. If there's anything I can help with, please feel free to reach out and let me know. But I really do love quail. I think they're great for the homestead, and and self-sufficient use. So I love the idea. Bags of Love said, okay, my name is Kate. Hey, Zach, I have a lightweight blanket over my farm elevator, and the temp is holding at a consistent 99.5, 99.9. Thank you for the heads up about using the blanket. Awesome. I'm glad that it worked, number one. And I'm glad that it's working for you. So that's great. Congratulations. Just Saban Iron Veal Homestead says hello from Colorado. I ordered my jumbo mix last week, and I think I have my Nurturite 360 figured out. The towel didn't work, but foil did. Very interesting. I had not heard of or thought about foil. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Zach, have you ever used UPS for shipping out eggs? No. Well, yes, and it was miserable and awful. So first of all, UPS will not accept eggs or live quail if they know that that's what they are, because they don't ship live animals, which is not true, because I know they ship reptiles. I know they do. But they won't ship them, which means they have to be unmarked. So either I have to pay for the express for them not to go on the conveyor system, or they go on the conveyor system. So yeah, I actually had a long-time breeder. I think she's been in it longer than I have, to be honest with you. And she messaged me mid last year and said, hey, I just talked to UPS and I think that I'm going to try him. And I said, why you do that? And she said, I'm just going to try it, just a couple. And I said, I don't do it. And she said, I'm going to do it. And I said, fine, do it. Tell me how it goes. And she called me about 3 weeks later and she said, don't do it. And I said, I told you. And she's like, oh, shut up. If it worked, you would have done it. And I said, I would have. But yeah, it was a disaster for her as well. So, and she's very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. My journey building and doing videos will start soon. Hope you follow along when we start. Absolutely. I'd love to see people start off and just go with it. That's the one regret I have, is we didn't do videos when we started. We did videos when we were more established, and there's good and bad with that. So the plastic windows in the Styrofoam incubator leak a lot of heat. Absolutely. I'm moving from California to the Ozarks, Missouri, and thinking about getting into quail again. Can I purchase eggs and an incubator from you? I do not sell incubators. I do recommend some on our YouTube channel. Nope. I lied completely. Let's start again. You can buy eggs or live quail from us when and if they're in stock. And the incubators I do not sell, but I do have some recommendations on what to look at. Now, can I say something real quick? I know I'm rambling. I know I am. Just stay with me, okay? Okay. I will give you recommendations and I will do reviews for you. And I think it's a good idea. And you don't have to agree, and that is completely okay. If you want to do it differently, just like Chris and I's video today, it is what it is. Like, we do things differently. That doesn't mean anything, right? Okay. I don't care who you listen to, whether it's me or Chris or Kevin and Sarah from Slightly Redneck, or from Living Traditions Homestead, or Whiskey Tango Farms, or whoever. It doesn't matter. Please do your research before you actually order. Now, I'm not trying to steer you in the wrong way, but everybody's different and things just work different for different people. So just read the reviews, understand, if I give a review, please look into it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask why I said it. I'll be happy to explain it to you. But with that being said, I do have some recommendations on incubators on our Amazon store, which is on our website. At the very bottom, there's like a Facebook logo, and there's a Instagram logo, and whatever else social crap is on there. But then there's the Amazon logo. You click on that, it goes to the Amazon store. And we've got some recommendations on there for you. It really depends on what you're wanting to do. But we also have some reviews on our YouTube channel about what we've done with the incubators and our review on them. And again, Everybody is different, and that is completely okay. I welcome that. But make sure that you don't just take my word for it. I hate to say that because it sounds like I'm not telling you the truth, and I swear I am. But I'm trying to help you be more informed, but you need to make that decision. And what I think is best might not be best for you, is all I'm trying to say. Me and Chris and I really talked about that. I mean, on and off the camera a lot. And he understands and agrees with everything I say, and I understand and I agree with everything that he says. We just do it differently. I mean, there's more than one way to raise quail and to skin a cat, and there's different incubators for different people. If I'm starting out, I'm not buying a GQF. I'm just not doing it. I'm not spending that money. I'm not doing it. It's too much of a commitment, and I don't even know yet. I'd rather buy something cheap and work hard on getting a good hatch rate, and then building as I go along. That's how we did it, and it's not just what I would do. That's what we did. And not everybody's that way. Some people want to buy the best of the best right away, and if that's the case, do it. But it's just everybody's a little bit different. I hope that helps. But Chris and I really got into that a lot while we were there, and we have the same mindset, and we both have the same thought process, and it was nice to just bounce that back and forth to each other. Happy Hillbillies in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Carlos Martinez is back. Welcome back on day 18 of my BTA, and they've been hatching out all day since this morning. Awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck to you, Carlos. If you're still on, what I'd like is if you could maybe increase your temperature by a half a degree and your humidity about 7 to 10%, and let it ride for about 72 more hours. And obviously keep me posted on the hatch. If you are new, if you haven't been watching the live for very long, I am delayed on responding to texts and emails and voicemails and all that. I'm behind. So I won't get into why. I've already explained it, and I don't want to bore the people that's already been here. But if you do text me, it's going to take me 1 to 3 days to get back with everybody. But I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. And I do have paint all over me and glue. Valentine's Day, guys. Happy wife, happy life. Trucker Planet's in the house. Hello, everyone from Massachusetts. Welcome. Happy Hillbilly says our stupid Wi-Fi has been down for a while, so we missed a few weeks. Well, I'm glad you're back, and hopefully you got it fixed. My internet's been not doing great either. Kyle Holmwood is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Doris says, last question, is the new color on the website yet? If so, what is the name of it, please? It is not, because I'm just always behind. So, and actually, we had a breeder that reached out to us 2 weeks ago, and they put themselves in a bind. And asked if we could help. So I have to ship out, I don't know, somewhere around 7,500 eggs this month to them to get them out of this predicament that they've put themselves in. So it actually works out nice that I've got 4 different things that haven't been on the website yet. I'm not going to put them on the web. I'm going to get those and send them to that person to help them get caught up, because that's what you got to do. You got to help each other. Don Ray B says, yes, this is my channel name. I'm so glad you like the video, Zach. I love my quail. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Hey, Zach just got 3 eggs today. Awesome. Congratulations. That's super exciting. Bad nurse. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Nope. Karen McAllister says, I'm excited. Got eggs coming this week. Awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Yes, grinding my feed. Stop grinding the feed right away. Right away. We are going to do a very detailed video about it with some people that are much more knowledgeable about feed than I am as soon as possible. But grinding your feed is actually potentially Not always. A lot of people grind their feet and have success, but when you're having issues with them laying on their side and dying and acting like they're suffocating, you're grinding the feed bad. Don't grind it. Stop grinding it. Give it to them the way that it is, and that should be fixed. I've went through that a lot with a lot of different customers. Doug says that is generally feed or too much heat. It could have been the heat. I agree with that. It could have been the heat, but now that I know that he's grinding, I can almost guarantee you it's a feed issue. But yeah, it could have been a heat thing too. I kid you not, I have 3 different thermometers in the Incubator, which also gives its temp and 2 measures of humidity. Well, they all are different, but within 1.5 degrees. 1.5 degrees is a little high. I'd insulate it with a towel or a blanket or maybe even foil. I don't know pretty good idea. And that should stop the fluctuation. So it traps in the heat, so it helps that, and it's not letting the heat source overwork, right? But it's also keeping it in. So try that, and that should better control your temp and humidity for that matter. Prepper Survival Skills says, I ordered an incubator from Field and Stream magazine back in the late 1970s. It was great memories. Hatched 4 quail and raised about 50 from those 4. That is awesome. Congratulations. I run into and talk to a lot of, we're going to say old timers, Prepper Survival Skills. I'm going to say old timers, 1970s, okay? They just, when they were kids, they would raise quail, or they remember their grandparents or their parents raising quail, and then they get back into it later on in life, and they love it. I mean, they absolutely love it. I think it's great. Happy Hillbilly says, we have a cute little runt bird that takes nothing off any bird. It is normal to have a bird that eats a lot but doesn't seem to grow. It seems normal, but is only a bit bigger than when they hatched. Interesting. So I don't have a lot of experience with runts. We are going to change that, and I'm going to do some research on them, but whatever doesn't grow after 3 days gets taken out of the brooder here. So as far as them growing, or as far as them not growing but eating a lot, I don't know the answer to that. I am going to start, they're still not going into the main barn, but I am going to start keeping things longer. Usually we do a very hard call all the time to keep everything good here at Myshire Farm. And we're still going to do that. We're going to separate them and research them, and then they're still going to be outcasts, unfortunately. So don't worry about that. But I don't have the research on that, unfortunately. What great spread legs? What creates splay leg? Maybe is what you meant to type, and it probably auto-corrected maybe. Usually splay leg is an environmental issue. It is the lack of, it's a slippery surface. And even if you don't think it's slippery, if you have multiple splay leg, I promise you it is. So you can get, I know Verna uses the kitchen cabinet mat. She puts that at the bottom of her incubators. I use blue paper towels, not the white. The white are bad. The blue automotive towels are much, much thicker and much more traction for them. So that's usually what creates that, if that's the question. Debbie at She Shed Homestead says, Zach, we are so excited to get our jumbo Egyptian eggs I ordered on the 24th of January. Thank you for all the info. Awesome. Best of luck to you. And you should be going out this week. You have to go out this week, 24. You have to go out this week. If you don't have a tracking number yet, please contact me, because the 24th you have to go out this week. Can you make a living from raising quail? You can. It's difficult, but you can. You can definitely make a side income from it for sure. I can encourage that. Making it a full-time business, it's doable. I'm not going to discourage you from it. It's difficult, but it's doable. Please get some rest. We do care about you. Thank you very much. This isn't too tiring for me. All right, I got to get caught up. Give us a breakdown of different types of food you can feed chicks to adults, please. I actually have a video on that. If you type in feed by Myshire Farm on the YouTube search bar, the first one that comes up is a picture of a Klombach bag, and watch that, and that'll give you all the information you need. The best book on raising quail and or other game birds. I can't recommend any books right now, unfortunately. There's a lot of good YouTube channels out there. Living Traditions Homestead, Whiskey Tango Farms, Slightly Rednecked, myself, Sow and Tear, Cali Quail Keepers, Verna, please put in your YouTube channel. I can't remember what it is right now, I apologize. But there's a lot of YouTube channels out there, a lot of great Facebook groups that you can join, but as far as books go, I don't have any right now that I can recommend, unfortunately. Just candle day, I got 16 out of 24 fertile. Now we gonna lock down for 3 days. Awesome, best of luck to you, and wish you all the best. Do you ship live birds to Washington, Seattle? We do when they are in stock, yes, absolutely. We ship to live birds, we ship to 48 states, and you are one of them. What is the name of food for the quail 2 months old? If they're 2 months old, that's 8 weeks. It depends if they're colors or jumbos. Again, if you watch that video, that will give you all the answers you need on that. But it is, if you type in the search bar on YouTube, feed by Myshire Farm, it will show up, and that will give you all that information. And that it's good information. It didn't come from me. It came from the PhD doctors that were much smarter than I. Tip for giving blood. Eat iron and vitamin C at the same time to increase absorption. Don't have calcium with it, and it steals the iron. Fun things you learn when you donate, didn't learn in school. There you go, absolutely. Yeah, it just hit me different this time, and I didn't do anything different. But I think everybody's right. I think that I was just still kind of lacking from the trip, and I was still kind of recouping a little bit, and yeah, I think it just hit me. And she was new. She was new. It is how much you want to put into it. Yes, you can. We are into it for 2 years and doing well. There you go. Absolutely. Do you raise any other game birds besides quail? We do. Well, we raise a lot of animals here. We raise some animals here on the farm, but they're just for us. We only sell the Ketonix quail and the quail supplies, this, that, and the other. But we've got Cooney pigs, heritage pigs. We've got Angus cow. We've got meat goats. Everything else is pretty much hobby. You know, we've got emus, and we've got geese, and we've got peacocks and ducks, but they're just a waste of money. I mean, they're nice to have. They're just not useful. I know you won't give away info about the new color yet, but will you tell if it's feathers? It is. If it's a feather sexable variety. It is a feather sexable variety. Yes, it is. Absolutely. I ordered today. Thank you for letting us know about the wait times. I love your honest, sincere transparency. Thank you very much. And I will get you out as soon as possible. Is 50% humidity too high in the first 14 days? It's in that red zone. I mean, I'd prefer it not to be that high. It's okay. You're right on that edge. So if you cannot add any more water, let it go down by itself, and you're okay. If it goes over 55, then we're going to have to try to get some of that out. So 50's okay. Just keep an eye on it. Steven says, can I feed babies 22% meat bird feed? You can. I would recommend to get the biggest weight for your quail. I would recommend doing a 25 to 30% starter grower, whether it's turkey starter or chick starter or general starter or game bird feed or whatever. 25 to 30% is ideal for the chicks. And then you can move them to a 15 to 20% just general layer feed or whatever the case may be to get best results. But again, you could use the 22%. You're just going to lose a little bit of weight long term, but it's whatever. Elizabeth, if only all sellers of anything were like Zach, thank you. Thanks for all your sponsors. I appreciate it, Zach. Thank you very much. If you only have about 50 quail, what's the best way to not inbreed? If you've got 50 quail, if you've got 2 cages, then you're pretty much good to go. Really. If you've only got 1 cage, then honestly, if you only have 1 cage, it would be ideal that you can inbreed about 3 different generations and then just add some new blood. If you've got 2 separate cages, you separate in a strategic way and just mix and match and mix and match, and then you're good to go. Hello all, can I feed my quail my layer feed so I don't have to waste it? Fox got my chickens. Yeah, absolutely. Invisible prepper. Absolutely, that's perfectly fine. Do you have the quail that lay blue eggs? We have some, but we don't sell them. We're still researching them, and until I'm happy with them, we won't be selling them. I need to go back real quick. Oh, I am a little behind. Invisible prepper, if you're hopefully you're still on. Can I feed my quail my layer feed so I don't have to waste it? Yes, but if you change feeds, they will get confused and most likely will stop laying for about a week to 2 weeks. So just keep that in mind. If that's okay, then yeah, use the layer feed, change over, it's not a big deal. If you want them to keep laying, then use whatever you have been using and then add a little bit of the layer feed each time for about a week and transition them, and then they'll keep laying for you. Hopefully that made sense and helps. Rich Brown says, if you don't mind, how much was your gas for the trip? A lot. It was, I can add it up because I know how many times I stopped and I know how much it was. By the way, oh, I needed that paper. So in Ohio, I've got a V8 truck. And when I fill up, it's $77 or $75 and it stops. Whether it fills it up or not, it stops, right? Well, I was in Missouri and I was filling up the gas tank and I went inside to get something. And when I came back out, it was still running. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I looked and it was $97. And so I stopped it and I'm like, what the crap? So I guess Missouri doesn't have like a cutoff, which I thought was weird because Ohio does. So that's something I learned. So if, oh, I don't have a calculator. Well, it was, I stopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on average, it was about $80. So 8 times 80. So that can't be right. That is right. $640. But I also had a huge trailer that I was pulling. And I drove a lot. I went from Ohio to Kentucky to Tennessee to Arkansas to Louisiana to Texas to all over Ozark, Missouri. I actually stopped and met up with Kevin and Sarah for a little bit, a few minutes, nothing much. So, you know, I went there and then I had to go over and I got to, I don't mean that. I got to go see Chris. I didn't have to. I was allowed and I wanted to. Went to go see Chris and then went through Illinois and Indiana on the way home. So I literally went everywhere. I mean, it was, and I had that big long trailer all the way there and all the way back, and it's heavy. So still a whole lot cheaper than shipping, which is ridiculous. Someone on the Newbie Quail Lovers Facebook group put the incubator into a pizza delivery bag, and that held the heat. Interesting. Interesting. Egg go into lockdown tonight. Awesome, Anita Culp. Best of luck to you. And I wish you the best. Keep me posted. Absolutely. Just got here. What's happening, everyone? Hit the like button. Thank you very much, S. McKee. I appreciate you. Idea for the shirt, What the Quail is Going On. I like that. I wrote that down, actually, already, John Walters. Someone recommended We're Quailing, and then I thought that was a good idea, and then I put underneath it, What the Quail is Going On, and Get Your Quail On. Was different shirt ideas. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much for the support. La Rochelle Farms in the house. Welcome. Little Ridge Farm says, thanks. It'll be good to share our start to share with everyone. Absolutely, I agree. Dennis Peel says, just flew in. I hate being late. Not a problem. Like Chris says, we don't take attendance, so glad you're here. Thanks for showing up. Witch Doctor says, hello, welcome, we're glad you're here. And we're not normally going to be doing Tuesdays. I just got into town late and I'm just behind. So I had to skip a day. Monday is rough as it is. And this Monday there was no way. There was no way. Affiliate for Amazon, I will check it out. Thanks, not a problem. And yes, we are different strokes for different folks. Yep, absolutely. That's why we have reviews on Amazon for incubators. Absolutely. I just wanted to make sure people understand. I mean, I really am trying to give you the right information and help you on your journey with Ketonix quail, but some people just need to do it differently, and that's completely okay. You know, like I said earlier, Mark from La Rochelle Farm, I never would have recommended the nipple waters ever in a million years. I would just never do it. But he swears by them, and that works for him, and that's great. So everybody's a little bit different. So I don't want you to think that if I disagree with something that it's not the way to do it. There's many different ways to do it. So glad you did the video with Chris today. Just showed that it depends on your agenda, your major production. Chris, just doing small amount for personal base. Great video, thank you. Not a problem, glad it helped. And we've got one or two more that we did together that'll show up later on. And yeah, I thought it was a great topic, and we'll both actually on our separate channels, we'll both be diving into that a little bit more because I think a lot of people were getting confused on what to do or how to raise quail, and it's not complicated. And I think we're making it that way. So our focus for the short time here is to get back on track on saying, hey, raise them however you want. Here's a couple of ideas. And I'm going to try to present my information that way going forward. But I do appreciate your honesty for sure. You should get into selling incubators and other bird equipment. Maybe one day. I mean, it's a good business decision, but I just can't catch a second. Hey Zach, I ordered jumbo mix eggs on 130. Can you give an update, any idea on when the eggs might ship? Hope you were able to get some rest. I would assume you go out this week. I would assume late this week, but you can text me and I can get you an exact ETA. My phone number is on our website at the very bottom. Now, if you've missed it or we're not here, I am behind. George is gone this week. He is out of town on personal matters. He will be back, but until then, I am all alone in the barn, which is okay. I can do it, but I'm going to be behind on my computer stuff, and it just is what it is. But I've got to make sure the quail are taken care of and eggs go out, and that they go out in a timely manner, and that's going to be my focus. I will get to your questions. I will get to your texts. I will get you taken care of, but it's going to be delayed on my response, so just keep that in mind. I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. Oh boy, what did I do wrong now? Hides under table. There you go. Mr. Jim says we're about to be installing Starlink within the next 2 weeks. Fingers crossed. Awesome. Best of luck to you. I've got something in the works, but now the company's not getting back with me. So Dennis is in the house. Greetings from Pflugerville. I hope I said that correctly. But welcome, Dennis. We're glad to hear. Prepper Survival Skill says, I want to cross a quail with an ostrich. What do you think? I think that is very optimistic of you to... Good luck. I don't think it's gonna go too well for you, but yeah, I could be wrong. My farm innovator is set at 99.5, but Govey says 105. Holy mother of God. I would trust the Govey, but you could put something else in there. Put a meat thermometer in there, and just see what that says. I would trust the Govey, but that's a huge difference. 5.5% or 5.5 degrees is huge. I would use a meat thermometer or something else. Just test it real quick. Make sure the Govey's not acting up. And then whatever that other thermometer is reading, then go off of, if it's saying it's close to the Govey, then read off the Govey. If it's saying that the Govey's way off, take the Govey out and just let the farm innovator go. For this hatch. Steven says, just received a 3-tier Myshire cage from Winola. Gonna put it up tomorrow. Awesome. Congratulations. I'd love to see it when it's all done. I've not seen a 3-tier Myshire cage yet. I think it'd be pretty cool to see. Marianne says, hi, you mentioned you were going to be getting into rabbits. I'm ready to start with mine. Do you have an honest company you can recommend to me? Thank you. I do not yet. I'm actually working on bees first. I have to redo our aviary. I'm going to actually use our aviary for the rabbits this year. So that's going to be more of a spring-summer thing. But the bees I've already started on. I don't have them yet, but you have to order in advance and this, that, and the other. I know a lot of people with rabbits. I don't know who sells them. So if you raise rabbits and you sell them, I just didn't know. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just don't know who sells them. So I don't right now, is what I'll say. I'm sorry. Witch Doctor says, Zach, do you know if we move out of the state we are in, can we take our flock to a new state if we are not in PIP? Can we take yes. Yeah. NPIP is the sale and transfer. It's the sale and crossing state lines to sell a product, not your product. So the answer is you can take your quail with you, yes. Dennis says, can I use ash from Christmas tree for dust bath? I've never tried it personally, so I don't have a personal experience, but I do know of at least 10 people that do that. And they say it's great. That Be Me 35 says, with bird flu in Kentucky and a major statewide calling, how will this affect quail and quail farming? What to do? That's a good question. Biosecurity is very important. We actually had someone come by yesterday without calling and wanted to get some quail, and we will not, we won't get near you if you stop by. We just won't. Here's the problem. It's coming in. So from my understanding, avian influenza was in Canada. Someone illegally imported to North Carolina. It started there. Started to spread. But now Canadian geese are migrating. And so anyone that has a pond or whatever, the Canadian geese are bringing it in. So most likely it's going to be in every state shortly. So we're taking very, very proper precautions here. No one's allowed into the barn. No one's allowed on the property. If you are on the property, I can't shake your hand. You can't get close to me, blah, blah, blah. We're switching shoes. We're switching clothes when we get into the barn. I mean, everything's different. We actually have locked up our geese and peacocks and stuff. We didn't lock up the duck yet. I haven't caught it. But the geese and the peacocks are locked up. They're not outside, which I feel bad about, but it's for their own protection. Yeah, you just gotta make sure that you're doing things right. Be very careful. Keep wild things away from your farm animals, And if you do order any live birds or hatching eggs from anybody, make sure that they have a good biosecurity system and plans in place to keep everything safe and clean. Oh boy, I grind the feed for the first week because the crumbles are too big and just wasted, and that's okay. Everybody is different. Haven't seen an issue with it. Again, that's fine. But I grind for babies for 2 weeks. See, there you go. That's okay. But I can almost guarantee you that the person, I forget who it was, but the person having the issue, it's grinding the feed issue. And some people have success with it. Others just don't. When he said that they were dying off, a lot of them were dying off, and it seemed like they were suffocating and laying on their side. I mean, that, to me, it says it's a feed issue right there, a grinding issue. But a lot of people grind and do just fine. I grind, the solar blanket sounds like a good idea. There you go. It's just, I'm 6'6", my family are 5'8" and below. Sorry to go for the night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Rich Brown says, I'm not trying to make a living from quail, just want my quail to pay for themselves doing close. Yeah, absolutely. And that's 100% doable for everybody. Everybody. I think that the quail can pay for themselves very easily. Well, that's really too bad. You can't really make a living raising quail. Seems like it would be a fun business to be involved with. Selling equipment incubators may help you out. Absolutely. And you can. You can pay your bills. You're not going to make a lot of money, but you can pay your bills. I can tell you that I made a whole lot more money living or working off the farm than I am now with the hours that I put in. But it's a lifestyle. It's what we want to do, and it pays the bills, and I don't really care about anything else. So I get to be home with my family, and so yeah, I mean, it could pay your bills. Waiting to see your dairy goat additions. Yeah. Right. Sounds exhausting right now, but we'll get there. I've had duck balut in my younger days. I had Vietnamese neighbors I grew up with. It was dipped in lemon juice and salt pepper. Okay, all right. There is a balut challenge going on Verna Young's YouTube channel, and I believe Callie Quail Keeper's YouTube channel. I will not be participating, but they can do them. That is completely fine. I prefer those with less feathers. There you go. Hello, everyone. Glad I made it in before the show finished. Welcome, Travis. Glad you're here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much, Veronica. I would recommend those for you, Verna. Do you sell some of your quail eggs as balut? We do. Man, we have a huge population of Filipino and Vietnamese here in California, and they love balut. You could sell a truckload of quail eggs. Absolutely, yeah. And we actually have a playlist called Quail for Profit. And in one of the, I think it's the fifth video, I don't know. One of the videos, all I do is talk about balut. We do sell last year we ended up selling 85,000 balut eggs last year. So yeah, it's a big market here as well. Thumbs up, everyone. Shows Zach some appreciation. Thank you very much. If we could get 5 more thumbs up, that hit me 100. I'd be happy with that. Good night, everyone. Take care. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. It does. Thank you. Wonderful. Would cycling the best males between cages, let's say every 2 weeks to a month, cause any issues to girls' egg production, or is it more work than what is needed to avoid inbreeding? It is more work, and you're going to have lower production. Anytime you are in the cage moving things around, they really don't like that. I don't recommend it. I do know some people that do that, and they switch their males out like once a month and once every 2 weeks, and that sounds exhausting to me, and lower production. So I don't do it, but people do. But I would say that there would be better ways to do that. Glenwell says, breeder set ship Monday. I hope when you prepped them for shipment, you didn't fit them with little Bengals jerseys. I did not. I actually thought LA was going to win, which everybody, which everybody got mad at me about, but I just thought LA's defense was gonna win. So, Zach, I'm very surprised you can't get that. Get what? What can I get? Trucker Planet's in the house says, I saw the video with you and Chris. Well, thank you very much. We had a fun time doing it, and I thought it was a good... I thought it was a good topic. Prepper Survival Skill says, yes, maybe I could. I definitely have the population to purchase them all, but man, I would have to raise thousands of them. Yeah, I know the feeling. LaRochelle Farm says, that guy, I'm surprised you can't get the load shipped using U-Ship for a lot less. Well, we looked into it about 2 years ago. So gas was a little bit different then. And I didn't have my truck then. But we also are buying more. I travel pretty cheap. I mean, except for gas, which there's not much I can do about. But I travel fairly cheap. And when we looked into U-Ship, actually, I think they said it was $3,100 to get them here. And we're actually buying double than when we looked into U-Ship. But maybe we should look into it again, because in the past 2 years, a lot has changed. Gas prices and this and that. And so, I don't know, maybe we should look into it. I definitely am going to be going back down in about 4 months. I've already got plans to go visit some other people, and I'm going to go visit Chris again. And I'm actually going to stay the night there. When I go back down, we're going to hang out and hang out for the night. I didn't get to this time. But maybe down the road, I'll look into it again. I've been looking to get into some quail. I was wondering, what do you recommend for egg layers? Great channel, by the way. Love going on when you do live and look at your past videos for information. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. The only recommendation I would have for beginners would be something that's feather sexable. If it's feather sexable, it's just easier to raise. It's easier to tell the male from the female. You don't have to handle them too much, and it's just an easier transition. Jumbos are going to be bigger meat and larger eggs. The standard colors are going to be smaller, but they're going to lay much more consistent. So it really depends on what you want to do, but I really recommend the Feather Sexable. LaRochelle Farm, you got problems, bro. Christine says, hi, also late. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. I will definitely look into it for sure. Prepper Survival Skills, absolutely. Tony says, hi from Toronto. Welcome. We're glad you're here. LaRochelle Farm says, I'm all about the nipples. Waters. Well, I'm against it, but that's okay. That's okay. It works for you. And I did see your video, and they're not freezing and they're not leaking, and I just don't understand it. Sorry, that was another phone call. I was watching Terry's live, so switched over here as soon as he finished. Hi, Katrina and Vert. Welcome. We're glad to hear. Should we feed quail oyster shell? You can. It'll increase their numbers, so that's not awful. Just make sure that you're not overfeeding them. But yeah, absolutely. We've done it before, and it worked fine. Purple Schooly Girls in the house from Tucson. Welcome. Glad you're here. I take it you only raise one type of quail, probably the largest quail. I did hear you say a few different breeds. We only specialize in Ketonix, but we've got like 22 different colors, and we've got, God, I don't know, 5 or 6 different jumbo sizes. So we really, really work real hard on giving a variety of what you want and the best for you. Love your channel. Can I get 200? Can I get 200? 200 what? And thank you. We got 113 likes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, everybody. I'm out of sync. I did have a phone call. Let it set up. for a second. I had another call. Art says, greetings from Costa Mesa, California. New to Quail, started with a dozen this past weekend, and they're awesome. Thank you for sharing all this information. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. And you're well on your way, so good luck. Antonio says, sorry, 200 eggs. You could order some mixes. That's almost the only thing I've got left on the website. But I'm going to get a lot of orders out. A lot of orders out this week and next. Because I completely told all corporate orders, like, you're done for 2 weeks. Like, I got to get these orders out. I'm doing a Godzilla movie impression. Oh, God. I don't know what's going on now. I thought all the Starlink says fell out of orbit last week. Oh, God, I hope not. I just joined the conversation. When will jumbo eggs be available again? It's a great question. I did not get to it yet. I will work on that as soon as possible. I'm hoping to have that information later on this week, but some things came up and I just haven't been able to do all the numbers yet. So I apologize. If I had to guess, I'm thinking somewhere around 3 weeks, but that is just a guess. But as soon as I know for sure, I will let everybody know. I promise. Bees don't make great pets. That's all right, but they do make honey. And out of honey, we can do a lot of stuff. So I'm excited about it. Psycho Word 360 is in the house from Vegas. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Dwight Nash is in the house. Welcome. How to do... Bars Farms is in the house from Tennessee. Welcome. Hit the like, people. Thank you very much for the support. Grind feed to chop it up. Don't grind it to flour. There's a limit. And our powder. And maybe that could be it. There's some... I guess what... Well, let's not talk about that right now. I won't bring that up. I will be reaching out to some people that do grind their feed to do an interview with them, because that's one thing I don't understand. I'm not saying it's wrong and people have success with it. I'm not understanding why you would grind your feed. And if I understand it, maybe I can help out more, but it's really hard for me to get behind that. But maybe I just haven't had the same experience. Anyways. But I would like to do a video on both sides, grinding and not grinding, and the benefits and all that stuff. The last 4 50-pound bag of crumbles that I bought are chick-sized pieces. Seems like I am having a lot of wasted feed. Can I wet the feed to make it less fly away? You can. Yep, you can ferment the feed. That wouldn't be a big deal. You can also put like a bucket underneath where the feed would drop through, and put a, ideally you would put like 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch wire, 1/2 inch wire, and 1/4 inch wire, and put that. It would drop into the bucket, which means the droppings, the poop would stay on top, the feed would go underneath, and then you just push the poop off, take the lid off, and then you can reuse the feed. You could do that as well. Thumbs up, everyone. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Use a blender and use the ice chop button to grind feed. There you go. Just hanging out and learning. Welcome, Linda. Glad you're here. Richard says, I have heard that a farmer will not get rich, but he will eat good. Yeah, I would agree with that. Do you think quail will do well in Florida heat? Yeah, a lot of my customers are from Florida, Texas, a lot of Florida and Texas, actually. And yeah, they do just fine. You don't have to worry about that at all. No worries. I found 2 eggs cracked in an order I received, not from you. The sacks are not leaking. Is it okay to leave them in the incubator? The safe answer is no, you don't put them in. The real life answer is, if they're not leaking, maybe put them to the side and keep an eye on them. They are more likely to bust, and then if they do bust, if they're away from the other eggs, it probably won't affect that hatch, but it will start creating a lot of bacteria very quickly. Someone asked me the other day, I don't know what happened, but someone said that bacteria doesn't grow in incubators, and that is false. Yes, bacteria. I mean, that's, if you think about it, you at lockdown you've got a 65 to 75, sometimes 80% humidity with almost 100 degrees in a very small area. I mean, that is perfect for breeding bacteria. So just keep that in mind. You just need it, sterile. Keep it clean. That's not a big deal. I mean, it's manageable. Not a big deal. Now, with that being said, the reason I would say no, don't put them in there is because it possibility could do that. Does it? 1 out of 10 times they bust. So your call. I like my balut incubated 18 days, then aged 10 weeks and grow out cage. I like the way you think. There you go. Absolutely. I thought you actually were saying 18 days, and I was like, well, you ain't getting balutes from me. We actually had a balut customer the other day that said, hey, one of my customers need balut for 15 days. And I said, okay, they should probably call someone else. And they're like, really? And I said, I won't even give you someone else's name. Like, I just won't do it. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. And so I explained why it was a bad idea. And they're like, oh, I thought they started hatching on like day 22. And I was like, no. I'd take them out of the incubator on day 15. And by the time I brought them to you, they'd start hatching. They're like, okay, let's keep it. So, Bars says, just got 3 eggs a day off my quail. That's awesome. Congratulations. Huge milestone for you. Sorry, joining late. Any way to get off the buying quail feed and producing your own or foraging for small farms? Want to get self-sustainable? Is that possible with quail? It is. There's different things. You can do mealworms. You can black soldier flies. You can do fodder. You can do this, that, and the other. Yeah, absolutely. There's ways. I am not familiar with them or experienced with them. I've got about 6,200. No, around 6,200. I got about 6,200 quail. So doing that here is just not, it's just not, but it's not doable. But if you are just raising, some for self-sufficient use and for you and your family, then yeah, there's definitely ways you can do it for sure. How long is shipping? I'm in Minnesota. La Rochelle Farms leaving. Welcome, or thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Having some laughs. Larson Farm says, how long is shipping? I'm in Minnesota. Typically, once it ships out, 2 to 3 days is what it's supposed to be. And if it's any colors, it's about 10 days to ship once order is placed, 10 business days. And the jumbos are about 3 weeks out. Little Ridge Farm says, I think they're leaving. Well, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Hobby Farm says, hey, Zach, I checked my quail eggs for any growth today, and all 49 have growth and heartbeats and moving around in eggs. That is wonderful to hear. Congratulations. Best of luck to you, and I'd love to see 49 out of 50 hatch. That'd be awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. My babies have been hatching since last night. This is from Muji. 14 healthy and one who's just hatched, but one leg isn't stretching like the other. I would need to know what day you're on. Been hatching since last night. Yeah, I need to know what day you're. I need more information to help you out, but sometimes that does happen. So it would be different if they were all like that, but one out of all of them could happen. Jasmine says, hello, friends, just stopping in for a quick hello and the thumbs up. Not feeling super well. Glad to see you're looking better, Zach. Thank you very much. And thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Go get your stuff done. Everyday OM Mommy, and hopefully you feel better. Everyday OM Mommy says, hello, listening to you while I'm at school board meeting tonight. Well, glad you're here. Hopefully we're a little bit more interesting than the school board meeting, but maybe, hopefully not. Richard Brown says, yes, bees make good pets. I love mine. There you go. Dwight Nash says, I learn something new every time I show up. Thanks, folks. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. I should come work for you for a week and to help you out and I'll learn, absolutely. If the AI wasn't going around, I would gladly accept. Jasmine says, thanks, friends. Debbie at She Shed Homestead says, love that y'all are working with bees. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Kenny M says, what do you think of hatching time quail cages? Any good? I know a lot of people that use them. I don't have any experience with them, so I really can't say one way or the other. I would read the reviews. PJ, I'm pretty I don't know what his handle, or I don't know what their handle is on Facebook, but PJ's Family Farm is an admin on the Quail Call Facebook group. You could reach out to him. I know that he has the hatching time cages, and he will be happy to give you an honest review or any tips and tricks to do. I just don't have that experience, unfortunately, and I don't want to speak out of turn. I kind of grind my starter feed. I can share my why and how with you, Zach. That would be great. I'll get with you later on. Well, as soon as I can get the video going. But yeah, I'd be interested in that. Hobby Farm says, Zach, I have all 50 eggs of mine come, but I have one broke from mail because that was multiple dents in my box. So one broke, and I have 49 eggs that have grown in them. That is awesome. Congratulations. That's not too bad at all. So congratulations to that. Michael says, Michael here from across the ocean in Holland. Just saying hi to everyone. Even though it's 3:30 a.m., can't stop watching. Love your videos and find them very helpful. Just started out with Quail for Profit. That is awesome. Congratulations. Welcome. We're glad you're here. And you probably need to get some sleep, or maybe you just need to get up and start working. I don't know which way you go. It's in that in-between time. I wake up at 3:30 and either I hate life and put the pillow over my head, or I wake up at 3:30 and go, maybe I'll get done early today, you know? So, but glad you're here, and good luck on the Quail for Profit. And if I can help out, please let me know. Ben says, how much do you recommend a beginner hatching their own versus buying chicks? How much do you recommend a beginner hatching their own versus buying chicks? I really think it depends on the person. That's why we offer both. I think that live quail are going to be more expensive. They're going to be more expensive to ship. You're going to get a lot less for your money. However, all you need is a cage to start with. If you do hatching eggs, you need an incubator, you need a brooder, you need heating lights, you need feeders and waters, you need to grow a cage, and then you need a cage. So there's a lot more involved with that. But with that being said, a lot of people like starting with hatching eggs and doing it themselves, their whole process. But I also have literally thousands of customers that, that only buy live quail for years. They've never incubated. They have no desire to incubate. They raise their live quail that they get from us for 2 years, and then they just replace them with more live quail, and then they just eat the eggs. That's all they do. So it really depends. It really depends on what you want to do and how much you want to invest right away, and things like that, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I found out today that quail love cut up apples. They do, absolutely. We actually put some of those in our boxes when we ship them. At what age do you sex your quail? If they're feather sexable, 3 weeks old. If they are not feather sexable, 6 weeks is when I do it. I've been getting a few eggs that are 16 grams and they have double yolk. What is the best weight for hatching eggs? Really? You shouldn't be getting double yolks from 16-gram eggs. That's kind of weird. Usually, not always, I guess, but usually double yolks start around 19 or 20. 19, there's a few. 20, there's more than a few. Anything over 21, now you're most likely, if that makes sense. 16's a little weird. Unless maybe it's a standard quail. That may make sense. PJ's Family Farm says, I have hatching time cages. There you go. I do believe Brandon and Kristen from Whiskey Tango Farms does as well. Are tuxedo quail feather sexable or no? They are not, unfortunately. What's a good organic starter feed? I am not familiar with organic feed. way too expensive for Ketonix quail for me. So I don't have any experience, unfortunately. Thank you for answering the feed grinding question. Have a good night. Kevin Craver, hopefully you're still here. I know it's a couple minutes behind, but if you are still here, please let me know how the chicks do in a couple of days. Please keep me posted on that. Prepper Survival Skill says you should check into advertising a mini incubator with like 4 to 6 quail eggs in the field and stream magazine in the back of comic books. Kids and parents love the stuff. Just a thought. Yeah, we've looked into that. We're doing a couple different things, but yeah, I'd like to advertise more for the kids. I have one new hatch quail that keeps tugging at the wings of others and won't let go. I put him in a timeout upside down cup with air holes. He is one naughty 2-day-old chick. Will he grow out of it? Don't know. I would call it, but I raise them for more of a business standpoint, right? So I can't have that in my barn. If I were you, I'd give it a couple more chances. But if I was me, I'd call it right away. But if I were you, I'd give it a couple more chances. Muji says, day 16, 15 out of 25 hatched over the last 24 hours. Most likely just wore out from breaking out. Can't express how adorable they are, like popcorn chicken. Absolutely. 15 out of 25 on day 16. That is awesome. Congratulations. You're doing great. Keep me posted and best of luck to you. And yeah, most likely, hopefully they'll be okay. I'd probably put some electrolytes in the water to help out once you move them out of the incubator, but that's great. Congratulations. Question from Yardbird Run. Michelle Self's in the house. Alabama. Totally new learning quail. Forgive me if dumb question. Watched you and Papa's video cleaning quail. You remove skin. Is that only way people normally eat quail? No, you can do it multiple ways. You can remove the skin, or you can use the plucker. You can pluck them. Which I don't think we have a plucker video. I'm working on it. No, you can, just like anything else. Like if you go hunting and, kill something, you can do it like that. Any way you can do chicken, you can do a quail, just on a smaller version. No, there's many different ways, and I'll make sure. That's actually a good idea. I will do a video on different ways to butcher. It's a good idea. I will put that in my list of things to do. Is 18% protein and 10 chick starter? What? Is 18 present? Hobby farm, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. And 19 present calcium. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Ben Hurt says, thank you. Do you think it's too cold to order eggs in the mail as this time of the year in Wisconsin? Well, if you order now, it's going to be about 2 weeks before I can ship out. So the weather will be different by then. And then by the time you hatch them out, that's another 2 weeks. By the time they get out of their breeder, which is 3 to 4 weeks, you're into spring, so you'll be good to go. They're jumbo. 3 16-gram eggs with double yolk back to back to back. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a jumbo before. I mean, I've seen 16-gram egg. I've never seen a double yolker as a 16-gram egg. That is weird. How old is the jumbo that's doing this? When people give you their hatch rates, can you ask them what incubator they are using? I have thought about that. I would like to start doing that. I'm not set up for it yet. I need to make some changes to my list. Otherwise, I'll get behind, and then I won't write everything down, and then I'll be really mad at myself. But yeah, I will start asking that later on as soon as I get everything caught up. Whenever that will be. I really thought that this week was going to be a great week to get things done. And then now I don't have George. But maybe next week. Victoria, Texas is in the house. Hi-de-ho. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I definitely will let you know. Thanks. Absolutely. Thank you very much. About the chicks. If you need a source for mini incubators, let me know. I have a good source and it's not in China. I do have one that we're testing out, so that'll be interesting to check out. Michelle Jackson says, on day 17, 23 out of the shell, 3 more pipping. Can't wait to see how many more I have out of the shell in the morning. Awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Interesting. I would hate for them to freeze. Not a problem at all. 18%. Protein, 19%, 19% calcium is way too much. Like, you need like a 3.5% calcium. 18% protein for layers is fine, if that's what you mean. And maybe you mean 1.9. 1.9% calcium is a little low. 18 is okay if this is layer feed. Yeah, it's got to be 1.9. I can't imagine. Oh, it is. It is 1.9. That's what threw me off. Yeah, 1.9 is a little low. 18 is okay if it's layer feed. So you could either get a different feed or you could supplement it with some oyster shells to increase the calcium and you'll be good to go. Almost got up. Josh's Punk Rock Garden is in the house. Hobby Farm, 18% protein is too low for a chick start. I agree. It does need to be between 25 and 30% for the starter. The layer, that would be okay. Absolutely. Thanks for showing up, Josh's Punk Rock Garden. Love the name, too. Orlando is in the house. Hi to everyone. Wyoming, why the eggshell? It's too soft or broke. Easy. It's usually a calcium issue. It's too low of calcium. Is usually why the eggs are either soft shell or very fragile. They are all 7 weeks today. 7 weeks. Okay. That's okay. Okay, well that's all right. I'm okay with that. Most likely, I mean, there's a possibility that it's always going to lay a double yolker. It's a possibility. But if they're only 7 weeks old, most likely that 16-gram egg is going to be not a double yolker, and they'll probably increase just a little, probably to about an 18-gram egg. So that seems to be okay. Sorry, I'm confused. No, you're fine. It's not a big deal at all. I'm sure it's a mixture of me not feeling well and blurry. No, it's fine. What to do for the calcium? That looks like the last question. The calcium. Okay, so Chris from Slightly Redneck does about a 2.5% calcium and swears by it. Says he doesn't get soft shells, doesn't get fragile eggs. So there you go. The PhD doctor that created our layer feed said that the Ketonix quail need to be around 3 to 3.5% calcium. So that's what we do. So either you find a feed that has the 3 to 3.5% calcium, or you find a different feed and you just supplement that with something that will increase their calcium, like oyster shells. Thanks for the good info and conversation. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Travis says, when I got my shipment in last week, it was -20 to -30 overnight. They're only on day 5 in the incubator, but when I opened the box of eggs, were cool but not cold. There you go. Awesome. Jesse Mills says, good night, everybody. Hobby Farm says, night, Zach. I'm going to bed tonight. Night, everyone. Welcome, or thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Kenny M says, what incubator do you recommend for beginners? I've got a couple different options on our Amazon store, which is a link on our website as well as on our YouTube channel in the About section. But before you order one, I would highly recommend going to our YouTube channel, go to the playlists, and go to the playlist that says Quail Product Reviews. On there is going to be a Little Giant, a Nurture Right 360, and a Humidity review. I would highly recommend you checking those videos out before you order, and then look at the reviews on the one you're about to buy to make sure that that fits well for you. Because I will never recommend a still air incubator. I do not like them, but I had some hateful text messages from people once I posted the video that said that they were great, and I said they're great for you, they're not great for me, and I thought that I mentioned that in the video. So I'm just making it clear that still air incubators are obviously successful because they are being sold. They're just not what I would recommend or what I would want. So everybody's a little bit different. Bags of Love is in the house and says good night all. Thank you very much, Orlando. Good night. Verna, Fran, Debbie at She Shed Homestead, just love the name, and Kenny, good night. Thank you very much. Thank you all for showing up. Thanks for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it, guys. I don't know if I'll be doing a video or not this week. I'm pretty behind, but I will try my very best. If I don't, I will for sure be here Sunday night for a live Q&A. We'll hang out. I'll have a lot of announcements for you. And then I will be back Monday for our rapid fire. So we'll still get some stuff done. And on Sunday, we're going to be talking about some extra stuff going on at QuailCon you don't know about. So you won't want to miss it. I will see you then. Hopefully I'll get a video or two done this week for you guys. So stay safe. Have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you later.